Big up, guys. Big up. Apologies. Let me clear my throat as well, guys. That's not great. Having this funny throat. Apologies for all that as well. But apologies for the delay in starting. It was supposed to be R3, of course. But it's a little bit later. But anyway, guys, I have to get into this preview. And I've also decided to make this a bit of a transfer stream as well. I was going to do a separate one for that. But there has been some news regarding us, regarding a transfer or two. So I'm going to go into that as well. I mean, I might possibly do that before the preview. I think I'll do the transfer things first. And also there is a little bit of scandal that happened the other day. And I didn't see this until recently. But I will just read these 3 comments first. Be up to you, Warren. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're good. Wednesday away, it's a difficult place to go. Nice chippy down the road, though. Exactly, yeah. Well, a lot of places have some good ones. I know there's some not far from the Bees, actually, the Bees ground, the G-Tech. So, not far from there. There's some good ones. So, they're always good to have a really nice chippy, isn't it? Good chippy. Get some nice chips from. But yeah, but that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to go there and actually get a place in the next round rather than get a big load of chips. But no, I mean, I think it's going to... I don't think it's going to be actually a walkover with them, but I will be going into that in a little while. Their manager looks like Steve Bracknell, shithouse, yeah. Yeah, another ball git, isn't it? Yeah. Is he Danish, I think? I think he's Danish. So, yeah. But anyway, will be interesting. Yeah, big up Steph as well. Hope you're well, my friend. Hillsborough was an FA Cup semi-final venue for many years before the tragedy. Yeah, and Wembley took over those matches. Proper football ground shouldn't be an issue for Bees. Well, yeah, hope not. Of course, I'll go into the preview very soon. Yeah, and Warren again roll out the barrel. English cricket's new theme tune. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't want to go into that shit show again, to be quite honest with you, Warren. And enough talking about that fucking, no, I don't know, nightmare, shambles. It's just like they do sort the fucking thing out with it, I hope. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, let's get on to what I was talking about, this sort of scandal that happened. I'm sure many of you here may have seen it, but let's get to it here. Right, here we go. Thomas Frank seen holding an Arsenal cup, which is a bit silly. And I thought this guy was clever. When he was with us, he was pretty smart, I thought. And unless he's just, you wouldn't think surely he does realise what sort of cup he's holding. He's not stupid, this guy. And, I just think, I think it might be a little dig at Arsenal, possibly. But then how could they do that? Unless, I suppose, you can say, that they've actually won a trophy lately and Arsenal haven't. So there is that, sort of a dig in a way. But the fact that he was pictured holding an Arsenal cup, It doesn't give a very good look, does it? And I thought he was better than that. Or he knew better than that. But then again, where are they? Where are you, Thomas? Oh, you 14th, mate. Yeah. And where are we? Oh, yeah, we're 5th. Shame, mate. Maybe you should have stayed here, eh? Yeah. You'd have been doing better by now. You know, it's nice to look down from 5th to 14th, down below us. Long way down, eh? Yeah. Very, very successful, aren't you, going to Spurs? You thought it'd be better, didn't you? And it ain't fucking worked out, has it? Oh dear. Should I really feel sorry for you? In a way I do, but to be honest, you've done it. You've burnt your bridges, you've gone. And you fucked off and you left us. And you thought you'd have a life would be better on the other side and at Tottenham, but no. No. It isn't, is it? And anyway, but I will quickly read this. Yes, an Arsenal coffee cup and more pain for under pressure, Frank. You would have thought things could not have got much worse for Thomas Frank after watching his Tottenham side fall to an agonising 3-2 defeat by Bournemouth. Well, I don't like Bournemouth either, so I hate. Well, suppose I hate both of these in equal measure, but yeah. You know, I hope both teams don't do well, to be honest. It was another damaging result in a season that has brought plenty of frustration for the Spurs faithful, with their club now 14th in the Premier League after only 2 wins in 12 matches. Oh dear. You've got to laugh, haven't you? Why'd you move then, Frank? Thomas, eh? Why'd you move? Yeah, we're in a much better position than you are, my friend. Much better. Before kick-off on Wednesday night, he was photographed strolling around the Vitality Stadium with a coffee cup emblazoned with Arsenal branding. A strange choice if you are the manager of a club that shares a fierce rivalry with the Gunners and current league leaders. With the Dane already struggling to win over unhappy Spurs supporters since replacing Europa League winning Ange Postecoglou in the summer, it was an incident that invited ridicule and left him under more scrutiny. I definitely did not notice it. How could you not, Tom? Come on, mate. No, I don't believe that. I definitely did not notice it, said Frank afterwards. Yeah, right. It's got an icon, a badge with Arsenal on it. How can you not notice that? Maybe you should go Specsavers, mate. You know, get better eyesight, better eyes, you know. It would be completely stupid of me to take it if I knew. Yeah, right, okay. Right. You expect us to really believe that, do you? It's a little bit sad in football that I need to be asked about it. Well, you are, because, you know, you done it, mate, and I think you knew what you were doing. I'd never do something that stupid. Right, okay. I think we're definitely going in the wrong direction if we need to worry about me having a cup with a logo of another club. Yeah, but I don't think you quite understand. It's a logo of your fiercest rivals in North London. It's not a good look, mate. At the end of the day, it baffles me. This guy lost his brain or what? I mean, I think he's fucked now anyway. I think this Spurs has fucked him up so much that he wants to do something like that. BBC Sport understands Frank was handed his customary coffee by a staff member on his arrival at the stadium in the cup, which was brought by Arsenal on their league visit to Bournemouth only 4 days earlier. But then if you look at the cup, You don't just, well, how long are you going to have the cut there? You know, you do look at it occasionally, don't you? You don't just go like that and not bother looking at what's on front. You could have said, well, look, oh no, I don't want that. Take that away. It's got Arsenal on it. You know, this guy is a fucking melt. If he didn't realise that, and even the staff member, yeah, but the fact that he said he didn't know and didn't see it, oh, what a fucking idiot. Neither Frank nor a staff member spotted the Arsenal crest on the cup until it was too late. So you can blame that staff member, but you can blame them both equally. They're both dumbheads, stupid pricks, idiots. But the unfortunate turn of events at Bournemouth was too easy for fans and critics to latch onto after Spurs failed to build on another positive start. Just like they did against Sunderland at the weekend where they were held to a 1-1 draw. Mathis Tell scored inside 5 minutes to give Frank's side a dream start. But Bournemouth hit back to lead through Evan Nielsen and Eli Junior Krupi. João Palhinha made it 2-2 with 12 minutes left. However, it was the Cherries who collected the 3 points as the departing Antoine Semenyo struck a dramatic winner 5 minutes into added time. How bad have Spurs been under Frank? Well, I'm not really going to go much into that, but fans are hurt and it's absolutely natural. Well, yeah. I'm afraid I don't feel sorry for him, really. But anyway, what next for Thomas Frank here? Time for him to go? He needs more time or unsure? What would a lot of people say here in the live chat? Be up to you, Rich. Be up, Mr. B. Chat. Yeah. Be up to you, mate. I mean, I know he shouldn't come back here, and I hope he doesn't, because we got Keith Andrews now, and we're fifth, and we don't need this guy. He fucked off and left us, and we lost other players as well, and some of them might be wishing they'd stayed as well now, because they're laid down, and as you're on here, Rich, and I'm sorry to mention this, but Ryan Bramo went to Man United, and where are they now? Yeah, right. And then, of course, Mr. Visser going to a certain Geordie team. And, well, I suppose they're not that far below us, but, look at where we are. I mean, yeah, I was totally surprised as much as anyone where we are fifth in the table. But I thought we had, look, Keith Andrews comes in. We're going to be relegation fate. Well, struggling. I never really had us as total relegation favourites. But I thought we might be down there a bit more, and it could still happen. I mean, look at this now. We're still a long way to go. We're only I think it's more than halfway now. But, there's still a long way to go. And I'm not jumping ahead here. I'm being grounded and saying, look, if we finish where we are now, I'll be very happy. Apparently, I think it's Opta said we would finish 7th. I'm equally happy with that. If we finish a bit below that, I'm still going to be happy, because as far as I'm concerned, we're not in relegation. And, if we manage to somehow get Europe, I mean, that's actually something we've achieved. I'm not totally sure we got a big enough squad to cope with it, with the Premier and Europe. I'm not totally sure about that, but we're going to have to buy if we do. If we get into Europe, we're going to have to buy. And we're going to need more players. We're going to need a bigger squad. Let's be honest. So, yeah. Anyway, getting back to this, for me, I'd say I'd still give him more time there. I think he's, I think he's still a decent manager, and he was great with us. I always appreciate what he done here. But you never always get time in football, and the fact that he's done this as well as they're in deep shit, losing games, Spurs. If I was, say, a Spurs fan, I would probably be saying time for him to go. But it depends how patient they can be and how understanding. I'm still not sure he didn't know about this, that he had Arsenal had the Arsenal badge logo on it. I don't believe that totally, because how could you not see that on there? How could you not? It's for me. Well, I suppose if you're looking and under scrutiny here and in the spotlight, if you're a Spurs fan, I would probably say here it's time for him to go. Because why would you do something like that and not realise and it's not just all down to the results either, and I'm not sure it's all down to him either. I think it's down to some of those players as well. And I don't actually think all that team are that special, Spurs. I think he's got a lot of average, ordinary players there. I know, yes, we lost to them 2-0. We did lose. I admit that. And we only drew 0-0. But, I still don't think they're that amazing. I was so gutted and disappointed that we did lose to them because I thought we would have done better. But then, that's when we hit a bit of a block, a bit of a brick wall. Lost 2-0 to Arsenal, 2-0 to Spurs away. So that wasn't great for us. That wasn't good. But I think Andrews has pulled it back brilliantly now, to get us to 5th in the Premier. But, I was gutted that we didn't beat Spurs because I thought they were there for the taking. And I'd love to got one over on Thomas, and made him wish that he really had stayed. But with this, I don't know if anyone wants to put in the live chat their opinions or what they would say about this. Would they think he should get another go, get longer? Are they unsure? Or do they think he should move on? And I think what we do is actually, if anyone does that, we'll come back to it later and see what people say. As I'm saying, if it's the point of view of us seeing it from a Spurs angle, a Spurs fan, I think looking at it, you'd say time for him to go. But as a neutral, of course, an ex-B manager, I would say he needs more time, possibly. And if you ain't seen anything much of it or know much of it, you'd say unsure. But as I say, we'll come back to this, guys, later on. But I want to move on to some really good news, actually, regarding transfers. And it looks like we are getting a new player. I'd mentioned this player before. Very young man, young player from Club Brugge. And, we'd said about links and rumours around him, being linked to him. And there may be a move happening or something happening. talks and so forth. Well, it's actually advanced, and probably pretty much beyond that, it looks like, because this guy could be having a medical. Anyway, I'll go into this now. Yeah, Brentford set to bolster attacking options with £8 million deal for highly rated Club Brugge forward 18. And obviously I mentioned this before. I've talked about this on I think on one of the Buzz streams. Brentford's move for highly rated young forward Kaya Furo has progressed, and the 18-year-old is expected to have a medical tomorrow. So there we go. He's going to have a medical, or expected to have one. And if that's true, well, it looks like we could be getting him. We could be getting him in here very soon. And you know, would he have a part to play up front there with Sharda and Thiago? Is he a replacement for Sharda? If you're to believe what you hear from about in the transfer, Spurs after him, which I'm going to go into in a minute, which it does my nutting that these fucking teams are, well, I know it's a compliment in a way that they like our players, that they're interested in our players, that are, you know, they've done enough, they've shown enough, and they look great. Our players are doing well, and the big clubs want them. Yeah, fair enough. But the thing is, we need them at the moment. If we're going for this, you know, what we're supposed to be going for, the Europe or whatever, a top 5 or whatever else place in the Premier, we need that. We need those players still. We need Sharda. You know, I will go into all that in a minute, but I want to talk about this guy, and it looks like he's coming. If he's having this medical tomorrow, he's pretty much going to be here. And will he get up? Will he get somewhere up there now? Because, you know, we're going to have some attack with Sharda, Thiago, Lewis Potter, Ouattara. You know, how does he get in there? But he will play, because we always say that when we bring the especially younger players, we always we say we're going to give them a chance and give him some minutes, and that's what Andrews will do. He will give this young man, a run, and he's expected. 18-year-old is expected to have a medical tomorrow. As Daily Mail Sport first revealed this week, the Bees have had the Club Brugge attacker on their radar, and he now looks likely to join the club in a move worth 8 million. It's 8 million. Well, which is yet another bargain, you could say. We'll probably, if he does well, we'll move him on for more money again, like we always do. Yes, worth £8 million plus add-ons. He would then go straight into their first team squad. Yeah, so it looks like he probably would start at some stage. You know, I mean, obviously it'd be too late to play in the FA Cup. So he wouldn't be able to start there. I mean, maybe later in the competition, if we progress, he might play. But I'm sure he will get some minutes in the Premier. So this could be interesting. Yeah, Furo is 6'3" and signed terms with Club Brugge as a 15-year-old in 2022. He made his senior debut for them in August 2025 as a substitute against Rangers in his side's 6-0 Champions League win. And there, obviously, he is there. He looks a big lad, 18. And he is, 6'3". You know, this could be a good one for us. He's got the size, he's got the length, the size, the build to be, some player and a tough one. And he looks like he could be hard to get off the ball, and we'll get some goals. I mean, okay, I think they said he's only scored 2, but he's going to have plenty of chance here. And I think with our players around him, the attacking talent, the dams guards and so forth around him, he's going to have plenty of chances. So, I think this would be a great move. And, another big guy up front with Thiago especially. I mean, that's going to be some strike force, guys, And, you can say it's a slight gamble again, only 8 million. But we always do this. We find these gems. We must have found something about this guy that was great and looked at him enough times to say, look, we're going to take a chance with him. And we've done it plenty of times. You've got to put faith in Phil Giles. He always does the right thing. Always gets his generally hardly ever gets a bad player in, a mistake, and signs a really bad player that isn't good enough. I mean, I don't know if it had anything to do with Rawsley. I mean, that was a mistake, of course. We all know that. Flecken probably was as well. But other than those two, I think we've made some magnificent signings, in what he's done there, Phil Giles. So I think it's amazing. And, I really think that he will be a good player. I want to see more of him, of course. I haven't seen a lot of how he's played. I haven't seen much action. So it'd be interesting to see. Their interest continues the trend of Director of Football Phil Giles and his scouting team identifying young attacking talent for the Premier League. Exactly. Most recently, 20-year-old Dutchman Anthony Malambo from Feyenoord. Most recently, 20-year-old Dutchman Anthony Malambo from Feyenoord last summer. And of course, he's unfortunately injured, ACL, so we didn't see enough of him. So, yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, and the move for Club Bruges' Furo comes 2 seasons after they did a deal with the same club for forward Igor Thiago, of course. Yes, from Club Bruges. Thiago was 22 when Brentford plucked him from Belgium for £30 million. In fact, I think it's 35 altogether in the end. In February 2024 as a replacement for Ivan Toney. And he has been arguably the breakout star of this Premier League season, hitting 16 goals, bettered only by Manchester City's Erling Haaland. Yeah, so there we go. Well, I think that's good. I'm happy with this, guys. Let's make it happen. If he's getting this where he's having this medical tomorrow, let's see. I'm going to keep a close eye on that. And of course, I'll be doing a transfer stream probably tomorrow or Sunday or something, probably over the weekend, 1 or 2 of those. Especially if this happens, I'm going to obviously get, have a reaction to it, confirmation of it, that he's joined, and talk about it a bit more. Signing Flecken and Rawsley is a sackable offence in itself. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure it was Phil Giles, though. I think they were maybe made possibly before he was here. I don't know. But, yeah, as you say, That was terrible getting those two, Flecken and Rorsleff. They were major mistakes, but still, in general, though, I think he's got most things right. And, if this young man comes in, hits the ground running, just like Thiago, I mean, we seem to have have a lot to do with Club Brugge and a lot of good involvement with them, good terms with them, do a lot of good business with them. So, and they're a good team actually, Club Brugge. I rate them as a football team. I really do. And it's good that we're doing this business with them again, and we seem to get the talent from there. These gems. So I'm quite excited about this one, guys. I really am. I mean, a lot of people say, it's not a well-known name. It's not a big name. It's not a big sign. It's not costing loads and loads of money. But we don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about it because we get these gems in. They're not household names exactly, but they get to be. They end up being household names with what they do here. And that's why big clubs come and fucking swoop, vultures, and come in and get these players off us because they do so well. And we're a fucking selling club, apparently. And we can't keep hold of these big players. But then again, we're known for doing great business of getting these young players in for not much, for cheap, and then selling them on and getting more out of it and getting, good business sense in that way. But I'd still rather keep our best players and have some success, win something, win a trophy. Then maybe you could think of selling them because you got the success of winning something, and then let them go maybe, and then let their stock increase, their price increase. And you'll get even more money for them. It's a fucking no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. Because we need to do something. I want us to win something, a trophy. I think we can. But we need the good players to stay, our best players to stay here to do that. If we're going to win a Carabao Cup one year, or well, I don't think we'd maybe not win an FA Cup. I don't know. Well, it could happen. We could have a good season in the FA Cup and win it. I don't know. I mean, we're talking big fancy dream world here, and we're certainly never going to win the Premier, unfortunately. But if we do win a trophy at some stage, we do need our best players to do that. And, that's why I think we need to keep most of these. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll happen. I think we will end up selling our big players again. We will end up selling Thiago and Chada and Damsgaard and others there, and which I'm going to go into now because I'm talking about something good here, positive. But I'm actually going to talk about some negatives now to do with transfers for us. And as I was mentioning before, let's get to this. Yeah. Well, this is one of many articles. And then again, you can say maybe it's rumours as well. It's not totally true. But it wouldn't surprise me if this could happen, this sort of thing. Be up to you, Luca. Hope you're well, buddy. Well, I'm off to MK today. Yeah, I know you got you're playing Oxford today, aren't you? The FA Cup. And True Copite Reds, big up to you, be up to you, bro, as well. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Well, which is Jordan, of course. Be up to you, Jordan. Yeah, it's Jordan there. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get back to this, right? So Tottenham closely monitoring £52 million star Thomas Frank. Thought could go to the next level. With a January transfer window, while a January transfer window presents more exciting opportunities for Tottenham Hotspurs, it seems they may have already got one eye on the summer too, with links to a Brentford star intensifying. Obviously, given the connection between Thomas Frank and Brentford, there was always going to be some rumours suggesting Spurs will snatch the Bees' best players. We're yet to see a Brentford player make that switch, though. Indeed. Tottenham were linked with Johan Visser in the summer, but that move did not materialise. But with the Lily Whites lacking real firepower, it's not surprising that they're now being suggested as a possible destination for Kevin Schade. Yes, that again. You know, this has been spoke about enough times. It's got to be true, hasn't it? For me, I still don't think his potential's been realised as of yet. I think he's a quality player. I think there's a lot about him to like. He's got that pace, raw pace, great spring, great heading, and he does score goals at times. But he's so inconsistent. That's the problem. He's not been fully real. His mentality, I don't think he's quite there. That's what I'm thinking. I think he just tries to be too lazy at times and doesn't do enough in the game at times. But when he does it, he's fucking a superb player. And you can see why Spurs want him. I can see it. But it's not good for us. It's not good. Because we need to keep our best players. I still think with this potential this guy's got, if he gets better than what he is already, well, then we could feel maybe send him on. But at a big price, big money. But I want him to do, get some success here first and win us something and, get us over the line. Him and Thiago and players like that, Damsgaard, Watara, so Henderson and other, good players we've got here, big players. I want us to he has to get us there before we think of selling him. Tottenham among clubs keen on Kevin Schade. The latest report on the matter comes from Florian Plettenberg, who spoke out on Schade's situation on Twitter X on Thursday night. He said Kevin Schade is one to watch for the summer, as a move for the World Cup currently appears as a move after the World Cup currently appears likely. However, Brentford will still want him to stay and are keen on extending his contract beyond 2028. Many clubs are interested. Tottenham are among the teams closely monitoring him, as revealed. Price valuation 50 to 60 mil. Given Schade has 6 goals and 3 assists this season already, it's not surprising clubs are chasing him. It would be even less surprising if Brentford weren't able to demand the upper bracket of 60 mil, which equates to roughly 52 million. 60 euros, I think that is, equating to 52 million. That's a similar fee to the one Brentford received for Visser in the summer. Either way, it sounds like Spurs will have to stump up big money to get their man. What Thomas Frank said about Schade, it will be very interesting to see if Thomas Frank gets to be there for the proposed reunion with Schade. It's thought Frank will get time to turn things around at Spurs. But if results don't improve soon, he may not be around. It may not be around come the summer. Obviously, Frank was the one who signed Schade in the first place. speaking to BBC Sport back in 2023, he had big praise for the young German attacker. At the time, he said, Kevin is a young player that needs a lot of development, but he has shown very good signs of what he is capable of. I am convinced he will be a very good player for us in the future. That is who we are. We need to develop players that can go to the next level, and hopefully Kevin is one of them. Now Sharda appears to be fulfilling that potential. Whether his next level will be with Spurs or not though, remains to be seen. Yeah, so that's the problem here. Will we lose another big player? That's possible, and you know, I hate that that could happen, but I'm hoping it doesn't. And there is also this. Speaking of that, to do with Tottenham. Right, hold on a minute. I mean, the fact these are on their Spurs websites, you would think, I guess they must be true. So, you know, you can take it with a pinch of salt, but I think, you know, being on their website, it's possibly true. Yeah, so there's this one now also. Yeah, there's this. Tottenham among 6 clubs aiming to sign Brentford fullback who has immense potential in the winter. Tottenham are hoping to bring in defensive reinforcements in the ongoing transfer window. Tottenham are hoping to strengthen their squad for the remainder of the season as the club's Premier League struggles continue to dominate the headlines. The Lily Whites need to bring in reinforcements who can immediately slot into the starting 11 at N17 and offer a different dynamic to the side. It is crucial for the club to sign players who can adapt to Thomas Frank's system and help the Dane turn their fortunes around. There are several glaring issues within the squad that need to be addressed if the North Londoners are to challenge for European places this season. One position that requires attention during the winter window is full-back. At present, Pedro Porro has been starting week in, week out for the Lily Whites at right back, underlining the fact that the Spaniard is among Thomas Frank's most trusted players. Much of Spurs' attacking that comes down Porro's flank as he leads the Premier League charts for attempted crosses. His link-up play with Mohamed Kudus has been effective, and he has consistently found dangerous positions in the final third to influence proceedings at the other end of the pitch. However, it's becoming increasingly clear that the Lily Whites need to add competition to keep Porro on his toes. Tottenham keeping tabs on Brentford star Michael Chiodi. There we go, guys. Keeping tabs on Michael Chiodi. Oh dear. Could we be losing him as well? You know, what a player we got there with great long throw. Marauds well, up and down the pitch, brilliant. Great defensively most of the time. This would be a real shit if we let him go. But I don't think he will go just yet. I mean, let's be honest, we've not long signed him fully. from Fiorentina. So for me, not yet. Whether it happens in the summer this season or following season, maybe, I don't know. But we got him for the foreseeable future, I think. Signing a new right back is not currently a top priority for Tottenham. Pedro Porro has been delivering consistent performances in that role under Thomas Frank this season. Additionally, the potential arrival of Santos left back Sousa could allow Jed Spence to switch sides and compete with Porro for a starting spot. Despite having some stability in defence, the North Londoners are still exploring the possibility of adding further reinforcements at the back this winter. According to Toto Juve via Sport Witness, well, we are in the winter window, and they won't be getting him. No way that we're letting Chiodi go right now. Spurs are monitoring Brentford star Michael Chiodi as a potential option at right back. Thomas Frank is an admirer of the player he previously worked with at the Bees and would be open to seeing him wear the Lily Whites jersey in the coming weeks. No. Please, no. This ain't happening. No. The same report also suggests that 5 other clubs are in the race to sign the Italian fullback. Newcastle United, Man City, Juventus, Inter Milan and Bayern Munich are all tracking the 21-year-old as they consider a move for his signature. Brentford have also made it clear that they would only entertain a winter sale if they receive a very high offer in the coming weeks. But I would be saying no way, we're not selling him full stop. How important is this man, this player, to us? Why do we have to say it's got to be a major transfer? A big lot of money, hefty amount. Can we not just say, oh, he's not for sale? We haven't long bought him. I think, I'm sorry, I just don't know if this is true or not. Because for me, we've got to say, look, he's not available. Like we've got to say, Thiago's not available at the moment. Sharda's not available. Damsgaard's not available. How many more? We've got to say not available. We've got to do that. If we're serious about getting a top spot, a European place, or top 6 even, or 7 in the Premier, we've got to keep these players. We can't be doing this. I know they've said, it's got to be a major high offer, but how high? For me, I'd say, hold him to ransom for, say, something like 80 mil, 90, even 100. Because he's that good, right? If other big clubs are after him now, all these big teams are after him, big clubs, we can put him in the auction here, and if they want to get him major, stupid money, big money, fair enough. But we got to hold out for that. We just cannot let the guy go just like that. And really, we got to keep him, I think. We have got to keep somebody like him. But I think he's got better and better since he's been here. And, we must be mad if we want to let him go now. It's even to Tottenham, even if they put in a bid and say, for me, you've got to hold out for at least 80, 90 million. This guy's stock has risen incredibly, highly. And, you can't let him go for cheap, for next to nothing. Come on. He's worth a hell of a lot of money. We've not long bought the guy in. So, are we a big club or not? Are we in the Premier? Are we not 5th in the table in the Premier? Why do we have to let our big players go? Why do we even think about it? We are, yes, apparently we're a selling team. I keep hearing that every time, we're a selling club. But sell at the right times when the players have done their jobs, have been successful and won us something. Sell them then. Until then, no. Let's keep them. You know, we got big money still. We had big money from the Vissa and Bramo and the Bramo deal. Those two, Vissa and Bramo. So even Norgard, you can try into that. Flecken. That money, we got all that, and I think that added up to about 120 million or more. We've still got that money, and we can add to this. We can add to, you know, we're already buying that young man in, that young player, the 18-year-old, and he's only costing 8 million. So that's not a hefty chunk of that just yet, that money. We still got it to spend. And we don't want to be like getting rid of our best players right now. Because we want to be up there. For me, if we are serious, I'm a Bees fan. I want to see us be serious now and do something and get to this maybe European place that we threatened to do for so long. It's been teased to us for so long. Getting into Europe then. Let's aim for that. It's something to achieve this season now. I mean, there's no Carabao Cup. We can't do that now. I mean, there's the FA Cup still. Hopefully, we'll be serious enough about that and have a good run. But I'm not sure we're going to win that. But for me, I think Europe is a major success. It's a major achievement. And finishing this high would be incredible for the Bees. Our highest ever position in the Premier since we've been here. This would be incredible, guys. It'd be absolutely amazing. But we have to keep these big players to do it. Right, anyway, Thomas Frank is well aware of what Coyote would bring to the side should he make the move to N17. Having managed the right back last season during their time together at Brentford, the Danish coach relied heavily on the Italian side, on the Italians who provided an outlet down the right flank. It was Frank who brought the 21-year-old to the Premier League after signing him from Fiorentina in 2024. A player worth signing, Michael Chiodi clearly possesses a high ceiling and could thrive at N17 under Thomas Frank. However, it is important that Spurs do not overpay if they decide to pursue his signature midway through the season. At just 21, the talented fullback still has plenty of development ahead of him before reaching his peak and establishing himself among the league's elite defenders. As such, signing him as a long-term investment could prove to be a smart move. Having started every Premier League game for Brentford this season, the Italian has already demonstrated his reliability at the highest level. Therefore, if Spurs are serious about securing his services this winter, they will need to act quickly before Europe's top clubs make their move. Yeah, but we don't want him to go, guys. No, it can't happen. We just don't want this happening, please. I don't want to see it happen yet. No way. No, it just can't happen, guys, at the moment. Please, no. He's got to stay. He's got to stay. We've got to see what, you know, he's great already and there's more to come. I want to see it here at the moment. I want to see it at the Bees, not somewhere else. You know, we're not just breeding these players for other big clubs. It's to do well here. And I want it to happen, guys. I want him to be here, to win us something here. Get us something here before he moves on. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the poll from earlier, the Thomas Frank thing. And nobody's put anything in the live chat about this. So I'll just go ahead and put an option, what I think will happen here. What I think, I mean, as I say, a Spurs fan, you would say time for him to go, maybe. But I've got a feeling it needs more time. Whether he get it, I don't know. But I still think there's something good about him as a coach. I think he was great with us. He was amazing with us. 7 years at Brentford, got us into the Premier. And despite his stupidity of holding a Arsenal cup, coffee cup with that logo on it, I still got a feeling he needs more time. Yeah, so 57% say that. So looks like I was right to do that. But they're at 32% that said time for him to go. And 11% unsure. But yeah, so you would say that will that be the case? Will he get more time? Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. But let's get on to the preview, guys, because I've done a lot of talking about transfers and other things so far. And really, this is about the preview for tomorrow, the Emirates FA Cup third round. Sheffield Wednesday versus Brentford. It's that preview, so I'll get on to that, guys, now. Yeah, so let's talk about this. Match preview Sheffield Wednesday versus Brentford. Analysis, team news, match officials, and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's FA Cup third round tie against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough Stadium. At Hillsborough Stadium on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Brentford face Championship side Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough Stadium in the third round of the FA Cup on Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. kickoff GMT. The Bees will be looking to arrest a run of 3 successive seasons where they have been knocked out at this stage. Yeah. While the tie provides a break from the second-tier relegation battle for the Owls, who are currently on -7 points following 2 separate points deductions. Pre-match analysis, Steven Gillet. Playmaker stats, Stalwart, still the Owls' main man. The relentless fixture list over the Christmas and New Year period can stretch any squad, but Brentford's FA Cup third round opponents, Sheffield Wednesday, have been hit harder than most. Currently in administration, so will they still be around? Who knows? After a while, could they be going bust and out of being? Who knows? But it's not looking good for them at the moment. The Owls saw 16 members of their first team squad depart over the summer, leaving head coach Henrik Pedersen to juggle a threadbare group across the festive schedule. The former Bolton striker has been forced. Yes, I vaguely remember him at Bolton. Henrik Pedersen, the former Bolton striker, has been forced to lean heavily on youth, naming just 5 players over the age of 23 in the matchday squad for Wednesday's 3-0 defeat to QPR last weekend. At the midway point of a changing 25-26 campaign, Wednesday sit bottom of the championship on -7 points, having been hit with a total of 18 points worth of deductions due to off-field financial issues. With just 1 league win to their name all season, the Owls have found themselves swimming amongst the tide, but they remain competitive under Pedersen, and the 3-time FA Cup winners will target an upset against Keith Andrews' informed Bees at Hillsborough. Compounded by their stretched resources, Wednesday have struggled at both ends of the pitch this term. They are the Championship's lowest scorers with 18 goals, only 7 of which have come on home soil. and have also conceded more goals, 51, than any other side in the division. Is it worth noting that half of Wednesday's goals this season have arrived within the opening 30 minutes of matches? Although that early threat has been offset by the league high of 15 goals they have conceded during the same period. Saturday's hosts have faced an average of 15.6 shots per game from Championship opposition so far this season, and Pedersen will be keen to see his side tighten up against the Brentford team, adept even at carving out high probability shooting opportunities. Under Andrews, Brentford continue to favour quality over quantity in the final third. Their XG per shot of 0.18 is currently the highest across UEFA's top 5 leagues, while the Bees have also taken their efforts from closer, 15 yards on average, than any of their Premier League peers this season. Brentford also attempt fewer shots from outside the box, 2.3 per game, than any other top-flight side. After the Bees' 3-0 midweek win over Sunderland, Playmakers' analysis focused on Vitaly Janelt, who enters this weekend's cup clash with 4 assists in his last 5 appearances. He's on great form. Janelt, he's been amazing so far. But Sheffield Wednesday can point to a creative influence of their own. Now in his 11th season at Hillsborough, 36-year-old Barry Bannon has consistently ranked among the EFL's most inventive midfielders. True to form, the Scotland international sits 5th in the Championship for key passes this season with 49. 5th in the Premier League and unbeaten so far in 2026. Brentford travel to Hillsborough as clear favourites. The FA Cup is famously no respecter of league form, however. Yes, exactly. And Andrew's squad will not underestimate their lower-ranked hosts. Scout report: Dan Long, Sky Sports, the silver lining for Wednesday. This season has been one like no other for Sheffield Wednesday, and not for a single good reason whatsoever. Hold on a minute, guys. I've just got to do something quickly. I'll carry on with this in a minute. Sorry, guys. Yeah, apologies, guys. Just had to quickly do something there. Just quickly. Yeah, I've got another comment before I carry on here. Warren there. Scott should be given a severe reprimand relating to his future conduct. I take it you mean Thomas Frank? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd agree. That's if you're talking about him. Right. Yeah, as I was saying here, this season has been one like no other for Sheffield Wednesday, not for a single good reason whatsoever. As you see there, Sheffield Wednesday entering administration in October was a bittersweet moment. The full miserable tale is one that will no doubt be immortalised in the pages of a book one day. At any other club, The campaign after the one where they finished 12th, only 10 points off the playoffs, would have been one of growth. But for Wednesday, the summer and the opening 2 months of the season were dominated by EFL charges, unpaid wages, countless transfer bans, and protests against owner Defon Chansiri as a result. Danny Roll, widely praised for the job he had done at Hillsborough in testing circumstances, left by mutual consent less than a fortnight before the first game of the season, following key players Josh Windass and Michael Smith out of the door. There was also the threat of a winding up order in mid-October, and within days a boycott for the home game against Middlesbrough was staged, with just 7,081 spectators in attendance. Then came a resolution of sorts. On 24th of October, the club went into administration. In a statement, the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust called it one of the most bittersweet days in our club's proud 158-year history. Chansiri was gone, but a 12-point deduction was imposed as a result. Wednesday's threadbare squad, made up of a handful of experienced pros, academy prospects prematurely thrust into the limelight, and club legends Barry Bannon and Liam Palmer, who have made almost 1,000 appearances for the club between them, were already bottom after one win from 11 at that point, but a deduction cut them adrift, 15 points from safety. Another 6-point deduction was handed down on the 1st of December, which extended the gap to 21st to an essentially unassailable 27 points. Under Henrik Pedersen, the Owls are doing their level best to limit the damage, but he's barely making a dent. They have taken just 5 points from the last 14, though 2 came from draws against promotion-chasing Watford and Hull. They remain on -7 points at present, with the gap now 32 points, with 21 league games left to play. Barring a miracle, the likes like we have never seen before, Sheffield Wednesday will be playing League One football next season. The silver lining is that, all being well, they will have a new owner in place by then, and the task of getting the Owls back on the right track will be underway. Less than 6 months ago, that was but a pipe dream. Team news: Donovan and Nelson in contention for us, of course. Are you on about that guy Chansiri or something? I think you might be on about Chansiri. Warren, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Yes, Donovan and Nelson in contention. Keith Andrews provided an update on his side ahead of Saturday's FA Cup tie, revealing Ramel Donovan and Reece Nelson are in contention while Dango Ouattara will not be involved. We took the League Cup really seriously. We got to the quarterfinals and were beaten by Man City, and the same approach will be taken towards the FA Cup. It's a competition I have a lot of love for, said Andrews. Dango won't be involved in this one. I've given him an extra couple of days off because he's been pretty full on in his endeavours with Burkina Faso. We'll get him back in and involved ahead of the Chelsea game. Andrews added, Ramel is definitely in contention. He's training really well in the main, and I like a lot of his qualities. He's probably been a little bit unlucky not to get Premier League minutes. I anticipate Ramel getting some minutes at the weekend. Reece has come back from a knock during the December period. He came back into the fold and probably hasn't been ready to start games, but he's edging closer with the minutes he's been getting Reece will certainly be involved at the weekend. Josh De Silva, knee ligament, remains sidelined, while Fabio Carvalho and Anthony Malambo will both miss the rest of the campaign due to ACL injuries, as we know. Frank Onyeka is unavailable due to his involvement in the Africa Cup of Nations with Nigeria. Apparently going well with him. He's doing well, so I'm happy for him there. But they are progressing well in that competition. The game plan with Andy Giddings, BBC Radio Sheffield. Andy Giddings of BBC Radio Sheffield has explained how the Owls are likely to set up for Saturday's FA Cup tie at Hillsborough. Intriguingly, at QPR, it was more of a back five, and I wouldn't be surprised if that continued again. Though that may well shift should Jan Valery be back from the Africa Cup of Nations. He told us earlier this week. Who plays in the left wing back role? There's a question mark over that, given Harry Amas is currently scheduled to return to Manchester United. But from an attacking perspective, that there really has not been a great deal going forward. So it will be a tactical battle where Sheffield Wednesday will try and defend for as long as they possibly can and stay in the game for as long as they possibly can in the hope of nicking something. It will not be anything like just attack, see how you get on. There's nothing to lose type of performance, because that is just not how they are going about it. Last championship starting 11 versus QPR. 3-4-2-1. Charles, Iorfa, Bayo, McGee, Fusiri, Thornton, Bannon, Amas, Cadamarteri, McNeil, Jamal Lowe. Match official Smith to referee FA Cup clash. Referee Josh Smith, assistant Sam Lewis and George Byrne, fourth official David Webb. Josh Smith will referee his third Brentford game when he takes charge of Saturday's FA Cup tie at Hillsborough Stadium. He previously oversaw home Premier League wins against Burnley and Southampton in the 23-24 and 24-25 seasons, respectively. Doesn't mean to say he's going to be a brilliant referee. He won't be an amazing referee, but, at the end of the day, he's been there when we won. He's refereed when we won them. So hopefully that's a good omen. In his 16 fixtures, Smith has had the whistle for this term across the Championship, League One and the Carabao Cup. He has dished out 58 yellow cards and 2 reds. There will be no VAR for this match. Well, there we go. So anything goes then, really, I guess you can say. Right, last meeting. Yes, we do remember. I remember this. It was only last year, of course. A couple of years ago. We're out of 2025. We're in 26. I'll try and remember that, guys. But yeah, Brentford won, Sheffield Wednesday won 5-4. We won on penalties, of course. Carabao Cup, 29th of October 2024. And as you can see there, Mr. Flecken was still here. He actually fucked up in this game that gave them that goal. A bad kick out. And then went to one of their players, and then he couldn't get down, couldn't get over to the ball. Well, it was a good shot, but it was him who gave it away in the fucking first place. So that's no real surprise, is it? Fucking Flecken. But then again, you could say he was the hero in the penalty shootout. But, yeah, sorry. I'm still glad he's gone. I really am. But anyway, yeah. Brentford progressed to the quarterfinal of last season's Carabao Cup. Well, last season. It was 2024. But anyway, Carabao Cup following a penalty shootout win against Sheffield Wednesday. Kevin Schade latched onto a ball over the top of the defence on Keane Lewis Potter before finishing to open the scoring and his account for the 24-25 campaign. The Bees dominated the remainder of the first half without adding a second, and a long-range strike from Jedi Gassama took the game to penalties. So not actually even talking about that, are they? That mistake from him. Brian Bramo, Lewis Potter, Mikael Damsgaard, Johan Visser and Vitaly Janel all converted from 12 yards before Mark Flecken actually saved something, saved Liam Palmer's spot kick to win the tie. Yes, okay. All hail Mark Flecken, eh? Nah. Yes, once for that one bit of great play, one bit of fantastic save. Yeah, okay. But what else did he do for the rest of his time at the Bees? Make a load of fucking cock-ups, basically, really. But anyway, let's get to who's going to play for us. I mean, it's going to be a much changed team, I think. Let's be honest. Could we see Valdemarsson in goal here? It's possible. I think he looks like he could be the cup goalkeeper. He was for the Carabao Cup. I can see him probably being the goalkeeper here and give Kelleher a much-earned break, which he has deserved because he's been amazing. Been incredible all season. Well, pretty much nearly all season, Kelleher. There's been the odd occasions where he may have made some mistakes, but apart from that, I think he's been incredible, Kelleher. What a keeper. But no, I think Valdemarsson will get a go here now for this one. Defence. I think, will Coyote continue at right back? Probably. Or then again, actually, I think maybe Aaron Hickey. I think Aaron Hickey will play at right back this time. Yeah, I think he'll be right back. Aaron Hickey. And then the central centre-back duo will be... Would it be Collins still? Probably. Will it be Collins or Aya still? I wonder now. We might play Pinnock. I think Pinnock will play here. He hasn't featured much all season. I think he'll get a game here. Whether it be with Collins, I'm not. We might give Collins a break. Who knows? But I think Pinnock will get a go there. And if we do rest Collins, I think Vandenberg will be back. If he's definitely fit, which I think he is, he will be there, possibly him and Pinnock for a change. We'll have, because there's a lot of football at the moment going on week in, week out now, a lot of games. So I think some of these players will get a break. And I can see, as I say, I think Valdemarsson will play along with Hickey at right back. Vandenberg and probably Pinnock at centre back. But obviously, I think I can see probably Henry still playing at left back, although who else? I'm just trying to think who else we've got. Because I think they may just rest Collins and Io and so forth here. I don't know if this Meg Homer is there, whether he could play left back. I don't know. I know this Benjamin Arthur. It's possible he might play if he's involved, if he's available. I don't know. But centre back he is. So he could be one of the centre backs possibly as well. So I don't know. But I think they'll probably go with Henry still at the back. I would think Rico Henry at left back. For me, yeah, Rico Henry. Although he's played a bit more lately, but he doesn't always start, and sometimes he's a sub and whatever. So play him the whole game here. I would. Let's get or play most of the game. And now the midfield. Midfield. Just waiting to get to that, guys. There we go. I don't know whether we'll carry on. I think whether Jensen to get a break, possibly. But we haven't got a lot of other options. Yarmuluk would he get a break here? I don't know. We haven't got a major lot of options where Konak could come in. Yana, I'm sure, may continue. He's been amazing. Could we bring Damsgaard in now? I think this guy may get a go. Yunus Konak. About time he played a few minutes. He hasn't played a lot. Let's see what he's about a bit more. Obviously, we've got a few injured, Carvalho, Malambo, so they're not available. Ryan Trevitz out off on loan. Paris Maghomer I think he's at Rangers still. Jordan Henderson could come back, possibly will. I think either Jensen or Damsgaard will start. Possibly Yarmuluk will continue, or if he gets a break, they may put Henderson there for him and have Jensen and Damsgaard, which I think, and Yannick possibly, which would be amazing. But that'd be a lot. That'd be too much for Sheffield Wednesday, that sort of midfield. For me, that could happen. And the strikers, I think Donovan will get a go now. We'll rest Thiago. He'll get a well-earned rest. Igor Thiago now. I don't know if Sharda will continue, maybe. I think Donovan definitely gets a chance. Lewis Potter probably. Reece Nelson, if he's fit enough. I think those three at least will play. With Donovan. Yeah, so I don't know. There are a few options there. But I think definitely Thiago will be rested for this one. He won't be needed here. Yes, Donovan may get a chance. I think he may. Kutschada will be maybe the main striker. And I think Donovan and Lewis Potter will play off him either side. So that's my lineup, guys. So now we have to go to a prediction. Whatever team we put out, you would think it's going to be enough to beat Sheffield Wednesday. You would think, guys, you would think. And yes, it's FA Cup. Anything could happen. As we've known in the past, we've known before, losing to Plymouth and those sort of teams lower down. At this stage, already being knocked out by lower teams, you cannot take it for anything for granted. Cannot underestimate these sort of teams. And it's a break from their troubles at Sheffield Wednesday in the Championship. So that could give them some impetus, if anything. But if we play anything like we can do and like we have been lately, and at our best, even with a different team, slightly changed team, well, fairly changed team, massively changed team, possibly. I still think we've got enough to beat this lot, really. You've got to say that. And I'm going to be, so therefore, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Bs. A 3-1 I just think we may concede somehow. But I think we're going to get we're capable of 3 goals, definitely. I think we are. So I'm going 3-1, the Bees. And just hope. Let's hope so. Hope it doesn't blow up in my face and be embarrassed here and have to come back and do a reaction probably tomorrow rather than saying, oh, later on tomorrow or Sunday, whatever, saying, unfortunately, we're out of the FA Cup again in the 3rd round, losing to lower opposition. I don't want to say that. I don't want that to happen. But then again, am I really bothered if we go out here? Yes, if we lose to Sheffield Wednesday. In a way, no, because I know we got Premier to concentrate on. We're looking for Europe there. This is some kind of distraction for us. And as Keith Andrews has said, though, he loves it. He loves the FA Cup. And anyone that loves the FA Cup, like a lot of us do, we all do, watching it from a young age, growing up, and loving it, loving the atmosphere, the lower teams playing the bigger teams, the cup upsets. We all love that. Of course we do. So, but maybe the Premiership is more important, I would say. I would say that's more important than the FA Cup at the moment. But I will still go 3-1 Bs because I still think we should have enough here. I think we should have enough. And what's the excuse if we don't? I mean, I think we should still have the bigger players on the bench if needed. Surely. Thiago will maybe be available on the bench if he has to come on. If he has to. But I just think we've got enough here. And I'm going 3-1 Bs. So come on, lads, let's do it. Let's go. But if we go out, we go out. I'm not really that fussed. As much as I love the FA Cup, the magic of the FA Cup, I don't care as much because I know now that Premier is definitely more way important for us. We've got big games coming up there. We've got Chelsea, of course, after this at Stamford Bridge. So that's very important. We've got big games. We've got Forest that won't, maybe not so them as such. But we've got Newcastle, we've got Arsenal, big games coming up, and we have to be concentrated on that 100%. The Premier is more a priority in a way, I think. Anyway, follow me on Instagram at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat. Please smash those likes. Many thanks for getting me to 202 subs, guys. Brilliant. Keep subbing into the new year, guys. Let's get me up to 250 now. That big milestone, guys. Come on. Get me going up further. We're into this new year and get this channel going up even further. And let's do this the right way. Unlike some people, can be dodgy and fraudulent and pay for subs rather than, earning them by their content. So, and I'm not saying all channels, but there are some that will do that. And I'm not totally sure who they are, but there are definitely some that will try to pay their way for the subs and not get them honestly. But I'm all about honesty, and I'm trying getting this content out, and whether you always like it or not, I get the content out and I try my best to give 100% and try and do a really great stream if I can. I'm not always on time, which is not a lot anyway. I'm never much on time. I know that, and I want to try and do better with that. But when I get the streams out, I'm mostly proud of what I do. Hardly ever do them again. Want to do them lately. There's been one or two. I think I've been trying to do again. That season so far, stream I'm going to probably do again. Didn't do that properly. But that'd be more. I think now I can do that, especially as we're fifth in the Premier. There'd be a lot more to talk about there with that season so far. Because when I was going to do that, we were almost struggling a bit. We were losing, those games. Arsenal, Tottenham, bad shit performances we produced, and it wasn't looking good. And I would have had to talk about that, something negative. But now, when I do that stream, I can talk about positives, about how we're doing in the Premier, how we are, where we are, fifth in the Premier. And, having this success now, Thiago, should be in the Brazil team, in the Brazil squad, let's be honest. And other things, good things now I can talk about. So that will come at some stage soon. But obviously I will do the reaction to this, guys, so watch out for that reaction, whatever happens. And thanks to the people that did come in today in the live chat, Luca, Warren, Rich, and Jordan, old Steph, of course, as well. Many thanks to you guys, but I'm going to bounce now. Gone over an hour or so. So, obviously, I'm going to get myself out of here. Thanks for watching. Come on the Bees. Let's do well in the FA Cup. But if we go out, we go out. And it's the Premier that's very important to us right now. But anyway, guys, until this next one, I'm out of here. Cheers, everyone. Bye.